Hey friends, how you doing? So I want to come up here and share a really beautiful experience I had with you all with my 5D twin. The reason I'm sharing this experience, this personal experience with you, is there are a lot of people who are still lagging behind, still stuck in the 3D ways, third dimensional perceptions on this planet, still not evolving, backwards, closed minded, who think that the twin flame journey is imaginary, is platonic love. It is not platonic love, it is 5D love. But of course, if you can't see and you are blind, you are dimensionally blind, then you will not know it. Because anything that is you have not experienced, you have not known, you have not understood is always foreign and not real to you. So from that perception I can understand, but 3D is really old and gone nowadays. It's just like it's so backwards. It's just backwards. Imagine the entire planet is evolving, the entire planet is ascending. It's not just a few elite group of people who are ascending, the entire planet is ascending, and still if you're stuck in 3D, imagine how backwards you still are. Okay, so coming back to my story today, I had this really loving experience with my 5D twin. Okay, and as I was talking about the root chakra, see, the more you start balancing the root chakra, your crown chakra also gets balanced, because the root chakra and crown chakra are related. Okay, and the more these two chakras get balanced, the more you're closer to physical union. So I'm not 100% close to physical union. There's a lot of time for it, there's a process for it, and I'm happy to go through the process, because I'm not at a place where I feel the lack of my twin flame. In fact, I'm just really afraid that by the end of this year my twin might come in, and because I'm not ready. I want to do many things on my own first, and even if he's healed and even if he's ready, I would be like, hey, please take 2 years to yourself and do your thing, and just do some more spiritual balancing or whatever, and just leave me alone, because I just want to enjoy myself and my own energy. So today, because I feel the 5D twin with me, I don't feel any lack, and I also don't have that addiction to the physical form of the twin flame. Even that is an issue in your chakra system. I will explain in some other video, because these addictions that we have now, they are created by the matrix. It is not who we originally are. It's created by the polarity matrix. All the addictions, whether it is addiction to the twins physical form, or spending too much time with friends, wasting time, doing too much shopping, buying unnecessary material things, just stuffing your home with it, whatever it might be. Okay, these addictions are uncontrolled energy, uncontrolled, unfocused energy. Okay, so today what happened is, I love incense. I love incense because I am a goddess. I know who I am. So I really love incense, and it's not that I hoard incense or anything like that. I don't have like a huge collection of incense. I just have like 3 or 4 favorite incense types of mine, but I like good quality, and since I cannot pay a great price for it where I am right now, I buy something that's okay and affordable and a good quality incense. So there's a particular brand that I really love, and this brand is exported. It is made in India, but it's found all over the world, and what you actually get in India is the fake duplicate one. So if you go to a really high class supermarket also here in India, you will get a duplicate incense, you will not get the original incense. So if you want the original incense, you have to actually call the manufacturers who make the incense, and you have to figure out the original sellers of it, where you get the original sellers. And since it's in a different state, then if there are any original sellers in our state, then they will let me know, or I could perhaps buy it online from an original seller. So most of the incense from that brand that goes around is a fake one, it's a duplicate one. So I went to a shop today just to figure out, just to check whether that incense is available or not. And I had not bought the original one, so I didn't know how the original one smelled. I didn't know the aroma of the original one. So I went to the shop and I asked for that incense, and he showed me one packet, and I asked the price of the entire packet. He told me a really discounted rate, and I was very happy. I said, "Wow, it's such a discounted rate. Now see how the transaction goes." And then I took out the packet and I smelled it, and the smell was quite good enough. And I thought that it was the original one because the aroma was so strong. Okay, and I kind of liked the aroma, so I said, okay, I guess this is the original one. So, and the box is so cheap, so let me, it has such a, it wasn't cheap, but it had a big discount on it. So I said, let me buy the entire box. But then I thought, no, I'll just light this, I'll go home, I'll light this, I test this, and if it is good, then I will buy the box. So I decided to buy just 2 packets. So as I was buying this, there was a huge stand in that shop on which whoever the shop owner was, his stuff was kept on that stand, and what was kept on that stand was spectacles. So there were all these different types of colorful specs that were mounted on that stand. How it is in India, you know, like you have, if you go to a spectacle shop where they sell glass, where they sell glasses, you have these stands on which all around the spectacles are put. Okay, so these are like kind of very delicate things, but this stand was mounted quite strongly there. And as I was purchasing this incense, the entire stand fell away, and I had this feeling that my twin was doing it. I knew it. So I just stared at that shop owner and I said, what happened? How did it fall all by itself? Because it was quite away from me and I didn't touch it. Nobody touched it. Nothing was around. And the entire stand fell, and it's like his property, right? So he had, whatever it is, whether it's quality or not quality, he had spent money on it. So the entire stand fell, and I think a few spectacles broke also. So, and I was thinking, like, what's wrong, you know, is there some bad energy around me or something? And the shop owner, he sold those 2 packets to me, and his head was down and he was looking into his mobile, and he was like, he moved away from me. First he was talking to me, then he moved away from me after this incident. And I'm thinking, like, oh God, like, do I carry some bad luck for the day or something? And I just couldn't figure it out. And suddenly when I got home, the thought entered my mind. I heard the words in my mind that this incense is duplicate, and that's why I threw down the spectacle stand, you know. So it was my twin who knew that the shop owner was selling a duplicate variety to me, and in anger he threw down his stand. So this is not the first time. This is not a surprising experience, because as I've stated in my previous video on my 5D twin, I've told you that my twin protects me. So I was about to say that's my husband, but it's good that I didn't open my mouth. Otherwise, the owner would probably get angry, whoever you are walking around with a spirit with you or whatever. But he was cheating, right? Because this brand is a very special brand, and incense means a lot to me, and it has a very special connection with my twin flame. So there is a connection between me, my twin flame, and incense, and that is the reason I want it. Okay, and that is the reason I go around looking for it. So I expected a good quality one, but this person was selling a duplicate one. Now I know it is my mistake, that I should go to the right seller and then buy the incense. But I had not intended to buy an incense. I was just exploring around, and since I liked the smell, I bought it. But you know, this duplicate incense, when it is made, it smells, when you take the smell outside, it smells well, but once you light it, it smells really bad. That's how you know it's duplicate. So this is what happened. My twin is with me and he protects me. So the 5D twin is real, and it is a process of birthing the 5D twin into this dimension. So what you're doing is you're actually pulling in the 5D timelines in a 3D world, which is slowly turning into a 5D world. Okay, so you are the twin flames are the people who create this transition from 3D to 5D. They are responsible for holding and anchoring the crystalline grid. So it's very hard for us, we cannot live a normal life, because even the thoughts that we think, we have to monitor. The actions that we do, we have to monitor. The people we interact with, forget friendships, even interactions, simple interactions with people. It's like royalty, like when you are a queen, you have so many restrictions and limitations, right? You have to walk in a particular way, you have to dress in a particular way, you have to look at people in a particular way, you have to talk in a particular way, you have to, the management is quite complex of life. So that is how it is with twin flames. So I have been resisting all these rules and resisting all this, and I just wanted to be my old self sometimes, just talk to the people that I want to talk, go back to my old narcissistic friends. Not really, but when you have this wounded self inside you, through those wounds you are attracted to the horrible relationships, the disgusting thing that keeps happening. So yeah, this is me, this is my old self, the shadow feminine that I have transcended and still transcending part by part, day by day. So this was my narration of how I experienced today the love of my twin flame, the presence of my twin flame, because he's so quiet all around, all day, But when somebody tries to cheat me, or when somebody tries to attack me, he shows up. And this is not like, this whole stand fell down just like that. It fell down when I entered the shop, and I was the only person there in that shop, and the owner. Apart from the two of us, there was nobody else. Even the shops at the side were like not very busy, and no one came over to this shop. And I was looking for the original incense, and this person was selling me the duplicate one. If I knew it at that moment, I would get angry. And right now, today evening, I'll be going back to that shop, and of course he won't return my money, so I'll be buying some other item in exchange for it. But I'm going to exchange because I cannot stand the smell of that incense. It gives me a headache. And till the time I came home, I didn't know that it was the fake incense. I was asking myself why the stand fell. Do I have some negative energy attached to me? But it wasn't that. It was my twin flame who was angry, and he was letting me know, don't buy it, because you'll have to make another trip to that shop to exchange. So this relationship with your flame is real, but it doesn't show up all the time. He stays hidden so that you don't get codependent on the 5D relationship also. That is also a kind of codependency. You can get codependent on the physical form, physical 3D self of your twin flame, that is there. But even that, when the 5D form shows its presence to you, it doesn't show just like that. First you have to pass several tests, several initiations you have to pass. Then only you get closer and closer to your 5D twin. Now you can experience your twin. Then first I could feel him. Now I can experience him. Later on I'll be able to hear him. Sometimes I do hear him. Later on I'll be able to hear him. Then last stage is when third eye opens, you can see your twin flame and you can hear them clearly, because your third eye and your clairaudience opens at the same time. Those two psychic abilities are connected, because I have had the experience of third eye and clear audience opening up at the same time. I feel they're connected because that has been my experience. So this love is real. It is the love of your higher self. And the twin flame journey is not marriage with another person. It is marriage with your own other half, who you were created at the beginning of time with. Okay, and this person is always with you. And the more you ascend, the more physical and real your 5D twin flame gets. Alright, so this is what I have to share for today, and I'll see you around sometime.